New at 6 o'clock, it's time for Birmingham to pay or punt on the new downtown stadium.
And not many have heard of it, but a dangerous internet challenge is gaining popularity. We'll show you why teens are pulling guns on each other.
We've been telling you about the massive flu outbreak this year, but not everyone with flu symptoms may actually have the flu.
A very nice warm up across Alabama today. We started off the day in the 20s, many spots touching 60 this afternoon, mostly 50s on the board, and rain is on the way. I've got forecast details coming up on ABC 3340 News at 6 o'clock. That starts now.
ABC 3340 News starts now with live breaking news.
And let's get to it happening right now. ABC 3340 staying on top of breaking news happening at this moment in Hoover. That is a live look as a school bus has crashed off the interstate right near 459 and Acton Road. A good evening to you. I'm Christopher Sine.
And I'm Brenda Ledun. Thanks for joining us tonight. Now, we want to go to ABC 3340's Jennifer Gonsolin on the scene right now of this bus crash. Jennifer, we just got word the driver of that bus has been arrested.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Just a very sad situation here. We got here about 5 o'clock today. I think that crash happened roughly about 4:30. We even still see very fresh, very pronounced tracks from where this bus ran off of Acton Road. Behind me, you can see faintly what this bus is back there in the woods. Also, right now, the wrecker is on scene to go ahead and to carry this bus out. But like you said, Brenda, he has been arrested. He was tested. He was being tested when we got here for his sobriety, and he has been charged with DUI. He's over at the Jefferson County Jail at this time. We're working to learn more information about this case. Fortunately, guys, there were no children on board. We will have more in-depth reporting on this story coming up for you tonight at 10 o'clock. Back to you.
Jennifer Gonsolin leading us off with breaking news. Thank you for that, Jennifer. And right now, there's a brand new push to get a downtown stadium built in Birmingham.
Mayor Randall Woodfin laid out a plan for the city to commit $3 million a year for 30 years toward a stadium, with other funding coming from the county and private investors. The mayor says it's time for action after decades of talk.
So let's take a closer look at this, okay? If the council approves the mayor's proposal, it would be just one piece of the funding pie needed to make the project become a reality. Another piece up for consideration is at the State House right now.
And Chris, Jefferson County lawmakers are talking about raising the rental car tax to help fund the BJCC project. ABC 3340's Lauren Walsh confirmed at least one lawmaker has another vision for the new revenue.
A proposal to raise the car rental tax 3% in Jefferson County is expected to raise more than $3 million. Republican Senator Jabba Wagner of Vestavia Hills explains that money is slated to go toward the BJCC's project to renovate Legacy Arena and build a new stadium next door.
It's crucial if we want to improve the BJCC, if we want a football stadium on the campus of the BJCC, it's necessary.
Now Democrat Representative John Rogers of Birmingham is trying to redirect that money to pay off the county's sewer debt.
You will be fair with the citizens. They can't afford to pay these high water bills. I mean everybody's suffering from it. Be fair to the people.
Jefferson County's sewer rate is scheduled to keep rising annually for decades. Increases are set by an order reached in bankruptcy court. People can see these sewer rate increases on their water bills. Rogers says paying off the debt faster will help people's bills.
I guarantee we take it to the people to vote on. I guarantee we're going to win.
John Rogers' idea is very short-sighted, in my opinion.
Wagner does not see Rogers having much support.
It's vital not only for the BJCC and the football stadium, it's vital for North Birmingham.
Both of these bills are considered local bills because they affect only Jefferson County. That means they must both complete a 4-week advertising process before any votes can be cast. In Jefferson County, Lauren Walsh, ABC 3340 News.
And new numbers coming in from the Alabama Department of Public Health on the flu outbreak. There are now 52 deaths under investigation. That's 8 more since last week, and 1 confirmed pediatric death in Alabama. The CDC says a flu hospitalization this season is highest among adults over the age of 65. And listen to this. Runny nose, coughing, sore throat, fever, headache. Sound familiar?
Well, while you think it's the flu, there's another virus that may be making you sick. It could be another family of viruses known as adenoviruses. Symptoms are like the flu, but can also include pink eye and diarrhea in children. It's spread by coughing, sneezing, and direct contact with an infected person. Now, if you do get sick, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says symptoms typically last about 10 days.
A bill to extend Alabama's Stand Your Ground law to churches now goes to the full House for a vote. The bill would allow the use of physical force to defend an employee, volunteer, or member of a church from assault. The legislation passed the House Judiciary Committee on a voice vote. Alabama senators delayed the vote to give $1.5 million to Anthony Ray Hinton. He was released after serving almost 30 years on death row. The state attorney general's office questions if Hinton is eligible for wrongful compensation funds since he was never exonerated. He was released from prison after a Supreme Court ruling, and the state decided not to try him again. State law allows compensation for people wrongfully convicted.
Well, it seems like a new challenge pops up every day on social media. You've heard some of these, like dumping a bucket of ice on your head to eating a spoonful of cinnamon. This next one, though, had us all scratching our heads. You're not going to believe what people are doing now, pulling firearms on each other to see if the other person follows suit. That's where we join now Alex Dorenz. He's in studio with us. Alex, this is just nuts.
Chris, this absurd challenge is called the No Lacking Challenge. And no lacking meaning that you have a gun on you. Birmingham police officers told me that they have not had any cases like this here, and they want it to stay that way.
It only takes, a flinch or anything for someone to lose their life in an instance where you probably didn't mean to kill them.
At work the other day, I had somebody show it to me on social media. My first thought was, wow, this is incredibly stupid.
It's called the No Lacking Challenge. In it, people film themselves pulling a gun on a friend and the friend pulling one in return. It's meant to be a joke, but nobody was laughing when a teenager was shot in Memphis last week.
The more relevancy I receive as a person from online interactions, I feel better as a person. Well, how do I get more friends? How do I get more likes? How do I get more traffic to my online persona or online profile? I take it a step further in things that I do, and this is one of those things.
Something that law enforcement says they cannot prepare for.
It ends up in you really kind of indicting yourself, It's just idiotic, But kids, it's, I guess, things that they do.
And just a little while ago, you heard from Sergeant Shelton from the Birmingham Police Department. He says that if the person who has the gun pulled on them and they decide to press charges, it would be considered a menacing charge. Chris?
Unreal. Alex, thanks for that report. Meanwhile, the news at 6 is just getting started.
Still to come, a train carrying Republican lawmakers to a retreat collides with a garbage truck. We talk with Congressman Gary Palmer, who explains what happened.
Plus, it is time for report cards. Parents, listen up. This isn't about the students. It's the schools getting graded.